the guys here doing their track walks, the Porsche drivers here, as they prepare for their racing weekend.
But as we're going into this track's not split into two halves, you know. The first half very quite open, a lot of room, you know, but this section here, you're not going to be making any overtakes through this section here. You know, it's all about staying as close as you can to the car in front, and trying to potentially make a move, or stay close enough to make a move into the later part of the lap. But it's about making sure you've obviously got to look after your tyres, you know, managing, and throughout a race scenario, you know, this section of the lap is where it's going to hurt the most all the time.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think also we have seen some moves here over the years, but normally it's going to have to be wet conditions. You go back to like 2006 when Fernando Alonso, we went around the outside, I think, of Schumacher at this corner, but it is very weather dependent. As we get down to the chicane, where they'll be able to fire it through and try to pick up the curves exactly right, not to touch the sausage curve. The sausage curve is the orange curve on the left-hand side, which we'll see in a moment. So they will not want to touch that.
The first time, and the second time, and the third time.
That curve, it's a little bit better in the race car because they're going quicker. We're going at like what, 6 miles an hour. And then they'll use all of this on the exit. And that little white part of tarmac on the outside, that's where they want to have their front right to carry all of the speed into this fast left before we get into the next quick section.
Yeah, this next section of corners, you know, physically, is so physically demanding on the drivers on the neck. You know, pulling 5 Gs to do this section, put that into perspective. In your normal road car, the most you're going to pull is about 1.5 Gs. These are going to pull 5 Gs around this section of lap, and to do that for 70 plus laps this weekend, it's going to be very difficult in the heat as well. There's a lot of physical aspects this weekend, so it'll be interesting to see who sort of flags towards the end of the race. I know a few drivers. Silverstone definitely was a tough one on the neck with all the high speed sections, so interesting to see how they get on this weekend. But through here, you know, this is probably one of my favourite sequence of corners through here. You know, the commitment level is incredible, isn't it?
It really very much is. I mean, you'll be coming up to here, 6th, 7th gear, they'll tip it in qualifying they should be able to hold that. Maybe not entirely flat, but maybe close. Maybe the Red Bulls, we'll see what they can do with their upgrade before they get down to the next corner. But yeah, very challenging circuit, but enjoyable racing circuit. And coming down to one of the famous parts of the track where, I think it was a couple of years ago, where Max Verstappen, it very rarely crashes, but he managed to crash on the formation lap, which was very bizarre. But then they managed to get the car fixed in just about 10 minutes, just down here. So as we go around the right hander, you will see more where Max hit. They haven't even had the tyre marks.
Just a couple of years.
Yeah, exactly. Some circuits I go to, but yeah, so just if you talk about this one, this is where he just slipped off the surface in those very conditions.
It almost must look like the surface is quite slippery, I think. It's quite greasy. It dries up very fast, don't get me wrong. But when it's wet, the surface is very greasy, very slippery. There's not much grip. That's exactly where Max crashed a couple of years ago. You know, it's an interchanging condition. I think the last 6 races I've been to, everyone was ready. So I'm going to 7 out of 7 this week. And it's going to, it's spiced it up at the back. Monaco was entertaining for sure.
Ollie, your World Championship cars winner and weather forecaster now.
And 7 out of 7.
We'll see. Hopefully it's an exciting race. We've got Gabriele Mini down there. Give us a wave. There you go. FIA F3 driver walking with the high-tech team. Just completing there. I'm very glad that we're on a truck and not having a walkout, I must say, because that would be quite a warm walk. And then we come around this final bit where Max, I think, spun here in the race last year, didn't he? Did a nice little 360 pirouette, continued on.
Still won the race.
Yeah, showboating, I think we call that. Very, for the fans. 9 out of 10, I think, the style.
Exactly.
And then this final corner where it's very hard to follow the car ahead because of the loss of downforce of the aerodynamics. So you'll see the drivers trying to get a little bit of clean air over the front wing to make sure that they can get the car rotated, get on the power, and try not to do what Sebastian Vettel did here a few years ago. And he had that nice little spin out the corner, nearly hit the wall. It's so fun.
Do you want to know what the worst thing? That's nearly 10 years ago that happened.
Oh, now you're making me feel old, Ollie. Just because you were born in 2001 and I was in 91. Oh, there you go. It only feels like yesterday to me.
But again, this section of corner, so fast. You want to approach it, right. You don't want to apex too early through there. You want to wait a little bit, get the turn of the vehicle.
And then of course get the DRS down the straight. If you're within a second of the car in front, to get the DRS activated.
Send it down to turn 1.
Absolute full sends. We'll see what Daniel Ricciardo can do. He had that great race a few years ago, and maybe that's the issue. We can stop Max Verstappen here this weekend. You guys.
Championship this year, and then 6th is from him yesterday, second on the grid, second on the podium yesterday from Ayumu Iwasa.
Aztán Hadjar, Iwaza, aki tegnap második lett a sprintversenyen, Berman, és akkor nézzük itt a rajtot, hogy kinek hogyan sikerül elindulnia a Hungaroringen. Elaludtak a lámpák, és akkor nézzük, hogy Duen vagy Martens vagy valaki más. Aki megpróbálja megszerezni a második helyet. Veszti kívülről kap egy kis ütközést, kivezeti, tisztának tűnik a rajt, nincs baleset.
Demoliert die schnellste Runde schon wieder, 1:31,3 ist die Bestzeit von Duen. Dafür würde er ein Pünktchen kriegen. Er hat schon gestern 2 Punkte bekommen, also vorgestern, wenn der Qualifikation von ihm gewonnen sind. Und hätte er dieses Rennen gewinnen können, wenn ich das gut gehandelt habe, also 2 Plätze gut gemacht von Duen. Und jetzt ein Über...
Green flag at the back of the grid, 29 cars for 16 laps of the Porsche Mobil 1 Super Cup.
Megkapták a zöld zászlót, kialudtak a lámpák, és már is lehet indulni, és Harry King azonnal beljebb húzódik, hogy nehogy belső élet alakul.
People are bringing up a lot of stats, but it's the same. It's just coincidence more than anything. So I'll focus on getting a good start. Mercedes only get good starts, but yeah, I think we have an opportunity in the first lap to try and get at least one position. But it's same as every weekend. If you can go forward, then that's always a good thing.
And Oscar in P4, what's possible for McLaren today?
Brilliant question. I mean, we're staying calm. Of course, we're excited. We want to get a good result. We want to get a lot of points, but Oscar and the whole team have done a very good job. So we're looking forward to it. We'll use each other to do it.
Bob Costandouros, Pintér Lászlót és Várhegyi Ferencet hallják. A legelső pályafutása sérülés. Negyedik alkalommal is Hamilton, jelzem 100%-ra közelebb tart eddig. A világbajnoki szintén ő és világbajnoki, aztán a második nagykockában, aztán a negyedik és aztán ezen a versenyen újra bemutatkozó Daniel Ricciardo a 13. helyet szerezte meg. Ha első stratégiát választanak a csapatok, akkor a valószínű forgatókönyv az, hogy közepes után két kemény, vagy pedig közepes, kemény közepes variációban oldják meg ezt a 70 körös versenyt. Mindenkinek nagyon jó szórakozás, induljon a derbi!
Meine Damen und Herren, liebe Zuschauer, es geht los mit dem...
Annak itt a rajt előtt, és megérkezett most már az utolsó autó is, hátul megkapják a zöld jelet, és akkor ebben a pillanatban, ahogy elalszanak a lámpák, indul a 70 körös verseny, itt a 38. nagydíjon. Előzni. Itt van meg is van az egyik, Bottas megvan. Hát ez egy újabb demoralizáló vereség lesz a többiek számára, ha ez így megy végig. Hogy gyakorlatilag várjuk még meg a leintést, pillanatilag így áll.
Max Verstappen liegt in der Führung. Schon in diesem Jahr Vorsprung 15 Sekunden vor Lando Norris. Da kommt Sergio Perez, 4,9 Sekunden und dort sehen Sie